Wednesday morning, December 17th. Thank you for joining us on ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Fridman.
And I'm Dan Schrack. We've got a lot to get to this morning, but first we want to have a look at some of the news you need to know.
Stephanie Joseph is live in the newsroom right now. She's taking a look at some of our headlines on this Wednesday. Steph, what are you working on?
Hey there, guys. Good morning. We're going to start out with several people detained for questioning after a large police response on Rochester's west side. Now, officers were called to Ridgeway Avenue near Summit Grove Park around 11 last night for a reported domestic disturbance involving a gun. The area was shut down as police made contact with residents. No charges have been announced, and that investigation is ongoing. A guilty plea in the attack of a 75-year-old man caught on surveillance video in a Rochester parking lot. Tony Palermo has pleaded guilty to assault. She was charged after pushing the victim, James Spampinato, in front of a store on Culver Road over the summer, leaving him with a broken neck and hip. Palermo is scheduled to be sentenced early next year. City Council members in Rochester are getting a raise. Members voted to increase their pay last night, boosting salaries from $41,000 annually to $50,000, an increase of nearly 25%. The mayor's salary will also rise with a 3% increase approved, bringing that pay to just over $176,000 annually. And that's what you need to know.
All right, Steph, thank you.
Hey, let's have a look at what we have brewing over the course of the next 2 hours, starting with the rhythm of the holidays. A Celtic Christmas by, ooh, do you hear that?
I do.
Hear that background music? By Taste of Ireland is bringing world-class Irish music and dance to the stage tonight. They're going to be stopping by the studio this morning to give us a preview of the high energy and festive show they have planned. And Abby, they may invite us to join the cast.
Amazing.
Just
Perfect.
saying.
Well, we learned how to do the dance. When was that? This past winter?
Past spring.
Yeah.
What was it called? What is that Irish
Riverdance.
holiday called?
St. Patrick's
Thank
Day.
you.
We're off to a great start. Then coming up at 9 o'clock, we're hoping to raise awareness about the ongoing struggle local families are enduring. We're talking about food insecurity. We're going to chat with a local family responsible for feeding 9 children. We're also going to highlight the local organizations working tirelessly to make sure everybody has food on the table.
Really an informative hour that we have ahead at 9 o'clock. Looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Before all of that, though, let's get a first check of the forecast. Meteorologist Marty Snyder is in the Weather Center this morning. Marty, we're talking about milder temperatures out there today, which we really like.
Yeah, some really good news there. We're really seeing those numbers move along pretty well. And even prior to sunrise, and now that we're after sunrise a little bit, even with the sun really low in the sky this time of day, still numbers are moving along pretty well. It's that breeze that's pulling in that milder air for us. And that's helping us to get up to average near 40 right now. Even some areas of the east coming in at 42. Ontario, Clifton Springs, even South Bristol, all at 42 for their current readings. And today's going to be a fairly quiet weather day. We do have a wind advisory in effect for areas west of Rochester. Still even kind of a breezy day in town today. We'll see temperatures today up to about 42 for a high. So we'll get up into that lower to almost mid-40s range, level off in that range. So we're seeing most of our temperature increase play out initially during this time frame right now. Down to about 28 for a low tonight. We'll see skies maybe open up just a little bit as we head later into the overnight. That may set the stage for at least some breaks of sun tomorrow, near 50 then. Still kind of windy tomorrow at times, especially south of town. And then as we head into Friday, just a reverse trend. We may start off in the 40s, but then drop back into the 30s. So maybe a cooler finish to the day. So any rain changes over to some snow showers. Then we just kind of level off in the 30s as we head into the upcoming weekend. So cooler for the longer term after warming up temporarily. But tomorrow is probably going to be one of the warmest days we've seen in quite a bit of time. So something to enjoy as that milder air makes its way back in.
We will take it, my friend.
Yeah.
Thanks, Marty.
Okay.
All right, let's go off the top. Take a look at some things that have piqued our interest this morning. We got to start with our coffee advent calendar. Another disgusting one.
Yeah, another big loser in that cup.
This
that's
is
for
hot,
sure.
Buttery rum coffee.
Yes.
First of all, no rum.
That's the one it's got a distinct odor of feet. Yeah. Does it not?
Like sweet feet. Ooh.
Ew.
I know, sorry, that grossed me out.
That made it worse.
I know. Apologies. People are having breakfast. It smells so horrendous. This is the second one.
Did you taste it?
No, because
I feel like you have to taste it. Isn't that in the rule book, Ashley?
Stop.
Marty's chanting. Chug.
That's Mark.
Mark. That's what I mean. Who cares?
That's horrendous. Ugh, that's horrendous. That's bad.
I have double chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to lie. No,
Hey, Mark.
not bad.
Take this. Drink it. Thanks, buddy.
Have a sip. Stand here. Have a sip.
Okay.
Mark is going to have a sip here.
I mean, they're lying about the rum part, clearly.
Yeah.
So Mark likes feet as well.
Yes.
Cheers.
Thanks, Mark. Oh, God. All right.
Oh, let's do this.
Let's do it. Off the top right now. Okay, so you know those internet deals that are just like a little bit too good to be true?
Sure.
Have you ever encountered one in person? Somebody approaches you and they give you something.
100%.
Yeah, all right. So let's talk about this scam, decades in the making, scamming wealthy women in Austria out of millions and millions of dollars. This person's claim, jewelry that the women owned was possessed by evil spirits, and horrible things were happening to them because of these evil spirits. So this woman, Marina Mihalovic, calls herself a shaman. She and her daughter are accused of targeting wealthy women on the streets of Munich and Vienna. Their pitch, pretty simple, but also pretty scary. Investigators say the pair would go up to people on the street and claim they were picking up dark energy from the women. Sickness, horrible accidents, and death would be plaguing their families and their loved ones. The two women would go on to describe these horrific visions they were experiencing, describing their family members suffering unimaginable things. Their solution? Well, the woman and the daughter would cleanse the jewelry with certain rituals that only they could perform. Once the jewelry and the money was handed over, then the two would disappear, never to be heard from again. So, how much were people actually paying for this? Some more than $600,000. This woman was told that she was possessed by demons. So that was what she paid to be cleansed. Another woman, and this one is very sad, was told her cancer would be cured if she paid the money for nearly $65,000. She sadly died not long after paying that money. Authorities estimate just under 20 women fell victim over the course of 10 years. All in all, authorities estimate more than $11 million taken in total. Police took the daughter, the son, and the husband into custody, but the supposed ringleader here, Mariana, that is on the run. She's on the lam. After a search of their home, police say they found luxury watches, wedding rings, loads of cash, more than a dozen luxury vehicles.
Well, yeah.
And on top of that, 25 kilograms of gold bars that were discovered. There are some issues legally, though. The defense attorneys claim these luxury products were simply gifts, things they inherited from family members and loved ones, or investments. Certainly not anything malicious here. Authorities, though, are still searching for this woman, and they're warning people about the scams that play into fear, illness, and grief.
Yeah, people like that trick people or con people, over making them fearful of their own lives. That's sick and twisted.
It is, yeah. And, you know, I don't want to, step into this territory too much, but, you know, you have some people that do, tarot reading and fortune telling and palm reading and stuff like that. And there are legitimate people out there who do it, but sometimes you see people on social media and they're like, oh yeah, for X amount of money, I'll do your tarot or whatever. And, you think to yourself, how legitimate is this? And then, it's like the scare cast that Marty likes to call it. They're just trying to play into your fear and get you worked up over something.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's cruel. I think it's pretty vile.
Yeah.
And hopefully they catch up with this woman.
Dan, I am noticing, though, some bad energy coming from your watch and your tie.
Hang on, let me clean my aura here.
Can I see your wallet, too, really quick?
Yes. You need my money?
Well,
it's actually at my desk.
Giving bad energy. This is perfect. Tell you what, I'm going to go cleanse this.
Okay.
Do the rest of the show.
Sounds good.
I'll see you back here in an hour.
Yeah, you'll just take it, you'll have it cleansed over at Ridge Coin and Jewelry?
Correct.
Yeah,
yes.
Perfect.
Yep.
Got it, all taken care of. Hey, let's move along to mine, and I want to start my off the top this morning with something. I need to count every step I take. Okay.
All right, sure.
With something that sounds ridiculous at first, and then the more you think about it, the more you go, okay, I get why someone might ask this question. So here it is. Should pets count as dependents on your taxes.
Okay.
This isn't a joke. This is a real lawsuit.
Okay.
There's a lawsuit. A New York attorney named Amanda Reynolds has filed a case in federal court arguing that her 8-year-old golden retriever, Finnegan, should qualify as a dependent under tax code.
Okay.
Her argument is straightforward. Finnegan relies on her for food, shelter, medical care, transportation, training, and daily living. He's also got no income. He lives with her full time. His annual expenses are more than $5 grand. In her words, for all intents and purposes, he is like a kid. And look, before you roll your eyes,
I'm not rolling.
completely here. Well, any parents out there, before you roll your eyes, here is where a lot of people will nod along. We have child tax credits. We have dependent credits. Single people help pay taxes that fund schools, feed students, and provide programs for children they don't have. And Americans, well, we love our pets. 97% of pet owners say their animals are part of their family. So the emotional argument is really not difficult to understand here. The legal argument, though, is where this starts to kind of fall apart for Amanda. Under federal tax law, a dependent has to be an individual, and the IRS, the courts, and decades of precedent all agree that individual means human being. Pets are legally considered property. I know, but Jay is your property.
Ask her.
Oh, yeah, I would never, would never. The judge overseeing this case has already pushed discovery after the IRS signaled that it plans to move to dismiss. The court noted several problems, including that Reynolds never actually tried to claim her dog as a dependent. That might be an issue, which does raise a standing issue. And federal courts are generally barred from issuing rulings that interfere with tax collection. The judge also pointed something important out. Even if everything in the complaint is true, the Constitution does not require the government to treat pets and people the same under tax law.
Really?
It's just not the same. That does not mean, though, that pet owners get nothing. Service animals do qualify for medical deductions. Guard dogs and working animals can be used as business expenses. Foster animals can actually sometimes be written off as charitable contributions. How do you like that? But your dog food, your vet bill, grooming, daycare, you name it, that's all a personal expense. So no, this case likely isn't going anywhere, but it does tap into something real because pets cost us a lot of money. And for millions of people, they are the family in every way except legally. The IRS is not about to start issuing Social Security numbers to golden retrievers, I don't think, but this lawsuit does raise a very modern question about how we define family responsibility and who gets relief in a system that was built long before dogs slept at the foot of our bed and cats ran the whole household. Absurd a little, understandable, yeah.
I would be so on board for this.
I want a
Really?
tax credit.
Absolutely.
Heck, I want a tax credit just for being me.
Yeah, for being cool.
For being smooth Shrek. That's what they called me.
I don't like that. Not the smooth track.
I didn't like it after I said it.
Arm movement, too. Wow, that was something else. Okay. They're expensive.
They
are
are.
expensive critters.
They are.
I mean-
and you have an unexpected vet bill? Huh.
Yeah, it's ugly.
Yeah.
Dexter has hyperthyroidism and a million other things wrong with him because he's ancient and, not doing so hot. We have pet insurance, which I got when I adopted Dexter. I don't know how we would pay for a lot of his treatment if we
Sure.
didn't have that pet insurance because it is so expensive for all of the blood work and all of the tests and his medicine that he needs all the time. Like, it is a lot of money. It would be awesome if that would be the case. I could see the argument, well, nobody is forcing you to have a pet here. You know what I mean?
Yes, but we're keeping this pet off the streets.
This is very true.
I
Like a little
listen,
Dexter out on the street. He
I
wouldn't
just
survive.
think a teeny little tweak to tax code would make a lot of people
You know what?
very happy.
I say you and I push for this.
Done. The IRS loves ARC Rochester, too.
Huge fans of
They
the
watch
show.
the show constantly.
Love it.
Hey, stick around. We've got a lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, we're checking in with Chris Lopez, who is live from St. Peter's Kitchen today, checking out the amazing work they do each and every day.
And don't forget, watch us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We'll be right back.
.817, food insecurity continues to be a major issue across the greater Rochester region. Fortunately, we have so many organizations that step in to help those in need.
Located on Brown Street, St. Peter's Kitchen has been tackling this problem for decades. Chris Lopez is live there this morning talking to those who make it all happen. Chris?
Hey, good morning. Yeah, so what happens if you don't have the kitchen supplies to be able to cook chicken or to make rice or to saute different vegetables? Here at St. Peter's Kitchen, they do have solutions for that, especially for people that are homeless, which you guys, Amy, you told me that come in here and they're asking you guys, well, I don't have that set up. Right. And you direct them to?
I direct them right over here. I have a bunch of canned stuff like this with pop tops on it that makes it, excuse me, easier for people to do that. You can eat this right out of the can. It does not have to be warmed up. There is soups as well that you can eat right out of there. I do have can openers for people, but all of this stuff is shelf stable, so they can carry it around in their backpacks or whatever they need to do. It makes it easier. Then there's things over here too.
Yeah, on this side here, it's like almost the snacks and things. And Bob, you want to point that out? What you guys were telling me this is a gold mine for you guys.
Good. This is shelf-stable yogurt, and we can't figure out how they do it, but it's very tasty, and it provides the protein that you need. So a family with kids could get some of this to be able to get their kids off to a good start before they go to school, eating a nice, healthier option.
What kind of other snacks do you guys have too? Things that people can snack on if they're not looking, if something in between a breakfast and a dinner.
Well, then you got your, right here, you got your apple pouch so that you can have apple sauce, which is getting you some of your fruits. We then have assorted crackers. And then, you know, I know we're talking about not cooking, but again, long grain brown rice, which is healthier for you than a white rice. And then we move on to all the odd things, if you will, things that we get in the kitchen that you don't always see in food pantries, and this will fit you based on whatever your need is. we try to keep a variety so that you can actually have something for a treat.
Yeah, you guys have different kinds of snacks too that I wanted to point out. Different dry roasted edamames. This is really good, especially if you're vegan, but really in general, good protein source. Great thing to snack on. Crackers that are kale with goji berries in them. Ton of vitamins in here. Now, when people look at the healthy stuff like this, they come in here.
Yeah.
Do they want it or no?
A lot of times they'll say no, but depending on who their shopper is and how they talk about it, they will try it. And I'm always trying to get people to try different things.
Good stuff on that side.
Absolutely.
And then over here, you guys have already ready-to-go meals for people that are on the go. They need something. They can't sit down for lunch.
Right, and this is through the generosity of Wegmans, is that we get prepared meals. Some of them are, let's see, there's this one is a lo mein, udon noodles. Then at the same time, we have here a nice mix of cilantro chicken with greens.
Taco kit.
Taco kit, make your own taco. And then this one here is roasted turkey with gravy, again pushing the protein side. So these all come from Wegmans through their generosity, and we obviously cross out the barcode just to make sure nobody's taking that back and taking advantage of it. But this provides a food for people that, if you've got a working family and you get home and you just, do I really want to cook? We're providing some of the convenience that those that aren't food insecure will go to Wegmans and simply buy this stuff because of the time factor.
When you guys open for lunch?
We're open for lunch today at noon.
Okay.
And we're going to have, today's a roast day, so we'll have a roast beef all day.
That's
today.
courtesy of Chef Allen, right?
Yes,
Chef Allen, you guys got a gold mine with him. A real deal chef who owns a restaurant and a catering business, helps here at St. Peter's Kitchen. So they have all hands on deck trying to tackle hunger here in Rochester. I'm going to send it back to you guys in studio. We'll check back in with you guys at about 9:24.
All right, sounds good. Very precise there, Mr. Lopez. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris. All right, don't go anywhere. When ARC Rochester returns, we're getting another check of the forecast on this Wednesday.
Yeah, meteorologist Mark McLean will be with us on the other side of the break.
We did say we were going to be nicer to Mark today.
We did.
I got
You
some
did?
dirty looks while I was
did.
out and about around town yesterday. People,
Really?
People were unhappy.
Oh, see, people
that
were applauding me.
So I don't have to spin
It's-
the chair around again?
Yeah,
No.
it's hard when you live next door to Mark because Mark is like the mayor, and
I'm not the mayor. My wife is. To be
Yes.
fair.
Saint
She
Kim,
knows everybody.
She is, yes. You're like the first husband of
Yeah.
the mayor of Spencerport.
But between the two of us,
we can't go anywhere with
Can't
you
go
guys,
anywhere.
and I can't do anything because I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy.
I mean, I would agree with that one.
He has a beer named after him. It's a bar across the street from our house. He has his own beer, and I just want to say,
The fact that Mark bought
to
a
be
house
fair,
across the street from a bar.
You drove to Toronto for a gin and tonic. I mean, if we're on the topic.
it was a really good gin and tonic.
I bet
All
it
right,
was.
do the
Oh my
forecast,
God.
weather boy.
All right. Well, we don't have weather trivia today. Okay, we're gonna hold the trivia for
Yes.
tomorrow. We did make it up. It's a cold theme. We'll have that back in tomorrow. But speaking of cold themes, it's been a long December. Check out that average temperature, 23.2. That's a departure of 10.8. So this whole month has had the cold theme. It's the 8th coldest December on record. But the thing about it is, it's going to turn around. But what were you doing 12 years ago on this date? You think back, and I was asking you in the break because a lot of times we have pictures on our iPhone or pictures on our smart device, and you look back. Now, today's low is 32, but the record low on this date was -4 back in 2013. Interesting, right?
Yeah.
It can always be a huge range this time of the year. And wind is usually the signal of that change. We've got a little wind today. And what's the signal? It's a warm-up.
Ooh.
It's a warm-up. That's the signal for today, and it's a break from the cold. Check it out. Low 40s today. I think it may even nudge higher than, we'll see about this on Thursday.
Higher than 50?
Higher than 50, but this is one of those weird ones, okay? Because this is a late day high temperature. So you can have a high temperature at midnight. And if you have a high temperature at midnight, it actually becomes the high temperature for 2 days because it'll be the high temperature for Thursday, but it will also be the high temperature for Friday. So this is one of the, climatologically, it's deceptive. When you look back, if you do some work in weather and you need some weather history, you look back and you say, wow, both of those days were in the 50s. But in reality, Friday afternoon is going to be in the 20s, and it's going to be windy and cold, and snow's going to be flying.
So, Abby, next time you're doing weather research and looking at all these numbers,
right.
make sure
But
to take these things.
But we have to
You
do
got
these
it.
things, right? We
have
have to. We have to. And it drops back through the 30s Saturday and Sunday. The big question, what about Christmas? A lot of folks like to see that white Christmas as defined with 1 inch of snow on the ground at observation time Christmas morning. I think there's still a chance, but we're going to have to watch the storm track. If the storm track slides just to our south on Christmas Eve, there's a chance that we could still have some snow around, but at this point, it is not the same weather pattern. I just want to tell you that we've been in for the first 17 days of this month. It just is not. Winter Christmas odds for us. We were checking this out yesterday, about 56% chance. So historically, that's the chance of seeing a white Christmas when you wake up on Christmas morning. But the story today is actually going to be a little bit of wind. It's 40 right now. The southwest breeze is at 15. It feels like it's 32, and the wind is going to push in. It says lake flakes persist. That should say wind advisory. My apologies. But 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts, and this is west of Rochester. So is it an impact that's noticeable? Yes. Is it an impact that you got the holiday decorations out in the yard? Is Frosty doing a little dance because of this? Yes. Is it going to bring down trees and power lines? Probably not. Although some isolated damage is always a possibility on old or frayed trees and wires. But hour by hour forecast, low 40s. We'll see that number only drop into the upper 20s tonight. And I guess that's seasonable for this time of the year, mainly cloudy sky, not quite as windy. And the satellite radar does show just a little bit of a shower to the south of Rochester. Doubt that's going to hold together. Most of us are going to see a nice dry day today with a front back to the west. It's a very weak front that goes through and shoots off to the east of Rochester. So we'll keep the clouds in. Chance for a few sunny breaks today. The forecast map overnight, partly to mostly cloudy with high pressure around, and most of Thursday's dry, and it's going to warm up. That southwest wind pushing warmer air in and really warming things up for us. So the 7-day forecast on the extended, nice little break from winter for a few days. You see the temperature starting to go back up next week, not up to a point where whatever snow would last through this next couple of days may stick around. We'll see. We'll have to see if we have an inch of snow down on the ground by the middle of next week.
Yep, I'm feeling ill tomorrow.
I already used that one. You can't use it now.
You said you were going to get your jorts out and come in.
There's
50 degrees?
Yeah.
Early, that was the 50-degree Dan Shrek guarantee.
That's tomorrow.
50
That's,
degree
that's tomorrow?
That's tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, listen, we need to hit 50, and I have to pick up the jorts.
Okay, well, we won't have 50 before the show starts, though.
Okay.
Okay.
So
All right. Well,
it'll be in the afternoon.
that's okay. I'll still put them on.
Okay.
It'll be kind of like a premiere. I had them shortened.
Oh!
They're extra short. Drew.
There's the image
back
everybody
pockets
wants to
like
see.
bedazzled too.
Are they Jack?
No, but when you stand up, they're so short that when I stand, the pockets actually go below where the cut is, so the pockets stick out.
Daniel.
That's a joke, people. It's a joke, okay?
As long as the
really know
backside
if it
doesn't stick out.
Don't go anywhere. We've got a lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester this morning.
We're back after this.
Eight 8:33 this Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for staying with us here on ARC Rochester. Hey, it's time to take a look at some of the stories that happened this morning. Trending now. I haven't done that in forever, and I know you hated it.
I did. What
Do you
was
remember
it
that?
for?
I think it was trending.
No, it was something else.
Beyond belief.
We haven't done that in a while. All
That's
right.
true.
We'll start things out now with a dream perhaps becoming a reality soon.
Yeah, California startup says it's officially begun manufacturing what it calls the world's first flying car.
We've heard about these before, but
I
this
know.
vehicle is known as the Model A Ultralight, and it can lift straight up, fly over traffic, land, and then drive away.
That's pretty impressive. So according to the CEO, the model is being built in Silicon Valley and runs entirely on electric.
It is designed for short-range urban use with a driving range of about 220 miles and a flight range of roughly 110 miles.
Okay, are we going to see what it looks like at all in any of these images? I feel like we're just looking at... Oh, I thought that was just all CGI, like I didn't see what this thing looked like. I want to see it again. When airborne, the car uses 8 spinning rotors hidden inside a mesh-like body.
On the ground, it relies on 4 electric motors housed in the wheels.
The vehicle allegedly does not need a runway or heliport and can take off from any surface.
The company says the Model A is intended to function as a street-legal car first and a flying vehicle second.
The Model A currently lists for about $300,000.
So
Get 2 of them.
early buyers won't just be customers, they will be test subjects. That's it.
That's an ugly vehicle.
Yeah.
That's not a pretty car. Although, it's a flying car.
It is.
Doesn't need to be pretty, right?
I guess.
So the company says they have been working toward this moment for nearly a decade now. They unveiled their first prototype in 2022.
Customer deliveries are expected as early as 2026. Do you want one? Well,
Do I have a lot of money? The short answer, I guess, is no. Do I have a lot of money?
do you have a lot?
Yeah, I'm asking.
In this type of
situation?
Yeah, you have enough money to buy a flying car. Would you, or would you spend it on something else?
No.
Another question: would you get one for free if you could be a test subject? So you have to be the test dummy.
I don't really know if I'd want to die like that.
No. Here's
like that
just
idea.
give me a private jet.
Yeah. How much is a private jet?
It depends. Give me a global or something. 24 million.
Okay.
Easy. I don't know how much it costs. Will you?
You can't. My thing with it is you can't survive an accident. I've been in 6 wrecks.
You've been in 6 wrecks?
And you've caused 6?
No.
How many of them did you cause? I'm not buying.
That was a 3 that he held up.
I think that's what it was. 50%. Hope your insurance company doesn't watch. The Geico Gecko loves this show.
Big fan.
Big fan of ARC. Let's move along to a new trend that is taking the magic out of Christmas.
No, it's called the naked tree trend. A lot of people are stripping the ornaments, the lights, and the garland to have a bare Christmas tree.
Okay, are you stripping these things from the tree, or are you just not putting them on the tree?
That's a great question.
The trend started by celebrities, including Julianne Moore, Michelle Pfeiffer, Victoria Beckham, and the Kardashians.
They say it brings a cleaner look to the holiday and is less chaotic. There it is.
God. There are mixed opinions online, but a lot of people seem to be picking up on this trend. Of course, that's why it's a trend.
Yeah, TikTok and Instagram photos show Christmas trees that just sit in the middle of the room. Not an ounce of decor. Some call it elegant, peaceful, demure.
What about lights?
Other people say this is minimalism going too far.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. You cannot say you have a Christmas tree sitting in the middle of your living room. It is not a Christmas tree unless it's decorated.
Yeah, otherwise you just have
You just have a pine
you
tree.
just cut down
in
a
your
tree
home.
for like a month.
Yeah.
Those who are against the trees are calling them Grinch trees.
Ooh.
Others have questioned if it's even a Christmas tree at all or if it's just a fake plant. This makes me sad. I love ornaments. I get them for my friends every year. I think the weirder they are, the better. I have so many from my childhood. I have so many that I got from my grandparents when we went through their household items. To me, it's like a museum of life, you know? Like you get to, when you decorate, you're like, oh, do you remember this?
Yeah.
This was from our honeymoon. This was from a vacation. This was from my mom.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, and just because it's not like aesthetically pleasing doesn't mean it's, you know, not still pretty. I got my friend, she's not watching, a pressure cooker ornament this year for Christmas.
It's a little weird.
She owns a restaurant. I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, okay.
Why would she?
Listen, if she would like it, then it's perfect.
Why would she have a pressure cooker ornament on the tree when she owns a restaurant? I
Why
just thought
would
it was funny.
anyone have a pressure cooker
Wanna know-
ornament?
That's a valid question.
It
This
is.
makes me so sad.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing. Listen, if you want pine trees in your house, go for it.
Absolutely.
Drag a bunch of pine trees in your house. Keep them in the pots. Keep them year round. That's not a Christmas tree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a Christmas tree if it's bare.
Yeah.
It's just a tree. Oh, man. It's not just a tree. It's a tree.
We've lost the plot, man. We really have. Like the whole point of Christmas and the holidays,
Yeah.
you know, it's not supposed to be aesthetically pleasing
No.
or whatever.
It's all about trends, Abigail. Come on,
Apparently.
get with it. Get with it. Hey, don't go anywhere. A lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester this morning, including when we come back. We're heading into the kitchen for Spatchcock Funk.
And don't forget, watch us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live. Join us on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We'll be right back. heading into the kitchen now for this morning's Spatchcock Funk.
And this morning they are cooking up a New Jersey side dish. Take a look.
Spatchcock Funk, we are here to make today the farmer's daughter. Super fresh, super tasty, and it's coming from the Garden State, New Jersey. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. And the key ingredient though actually is what we call pork roll, what other people call tailored ham. So it's that and farmer's cheese. So what we're gonna do first, actually, while it's still in the wrapper, is just cut it in half and pop it out of this beautiful canvas shell it's got. Slice them into cubes, about 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch cubes, and then you're just gonna fry that up in a pan. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stuff some Roma tomatoes, right? So what you wanna do is the bottom of them actually can sit up and stand up straight like that. So you wanna set it up so you see how it's gonna go, then at a good angle so it's gonna stay even. At the fattest part, cut the top off, and then cut a circle around the inside of the tomato, and then at an angle you can go through and pop out all the seeds and the thick part of the middle of the core. So we've got a tray that we've already put a bunch of tomatoes into, right, that we've sprayed with cooking spray. Now, let's get stuffing. The first thing we want to do is we're using farmer cheese, right? Now, farmer cheese is just cold pressed cottage cheese. And it cooks, its flavor is similar to like a ricotta. It's got a nice sweetness to it that adds some value to the saltiness of the meat, which also has a little sweetness to it too. Then we're gonna have 1 pound of roasted asparagus. So we also have 1/2 of a white onion and the green parts of a green onion in there. And then we're also gonna put in, some cornbread. Yeah, now we did a little bit of butter, got that beautiful, salty pork roll that we're gonna mix in there. Now, with the warm pork in there, you're gonna start stirring it and breaking up the parts of the cornbread, and the cheese will start evenly mixing itself the more you just keep turning it. So do that until you've got it good and evenly mixed. Now, we've got our cord tomatoes in a whole tray over here, so one at a time, you're gonna take a spoon, and you are just gonna use the back end of the spoon to get it in there nice and stuffed, right? We've got some shredded white cheddar, and we're just gonna drape it all over this, right? Press it down a little bit so it sticks into each one. The finishing touch is we are gonna take some dried parsley and sprinkle that over all of it, get some more of that color from the farm on here, right? Get some parsley on every little piece. And then we're also gonna hit it with a little bit of Italian seasoning. Again, a little bit more color, but add something nice to it. And then you're just gonna put it in the oven at 375 for 20 minutes or so until the cheese gets nice and golden. You know how we like it. Oh yeah. Now, we've got some perfect farmer's daughters right here. The cheese is melted perfect. It's got this golden brown crust to it that we just love. So you take out your stuffed Tommy right there. Grab a fork and a knife, take a slice, get the nice tomato flesh in there. And I've got the perfect bite from the perfect farm. To all the farmers' daughters out there, we love y'all madly. Spatchcock Funk.
8:49 this Wednesday. Happening tonight, there's a chance to celebrate the season the Irish way. Taste of Ireland is hosting a Celtic Christmas at the Smith Opera House in Geneva.
It features stars from Riverdance and Lord of the Dance, bringing a high energy and festive performance that is sure to get you in the holiday spirit. Here to talk more about it is Cian Walsh and Brittany Pym. Good morning to the both of you. Thank you for being here.
No, thank you for having us.
This is really exciting. A Taste of Ireland. Paint us a picture of what the show looks like.
So A Taste of Ireland and Celtic Christmas is a live Irish music and dance production, and it follows the storyline of two star-crossed lovers, and we kind of transport the audience on a journey kind of with us through the Irish music and the Irish dance, and get everyone in that kind of festive cheer while kind of giving them a little bit of a Irish culture, Irish history and heritage as well.
How long have the two of you been performing in the show?
I've been with the company since 2019.
Oh, wow, okay.
Very good.
And I joined back in 2022, so about 3 years, yeah.
Very good. And I imagine that you're having a good time because, you know, looking at the pictures and the videos, it seems like it is just so much fun. How often do you tour? Is it once a season? Is it once a year?
We tour the Christmas, we're touring pretty much all year round, but we tour the Christmas show for about 2 to 3 months each year. But the A Taste of Ireland company tours pretty much all year round.
All year round.
Yeah.
Where have we been so far on this leg of the tour?
On this leg of the tour, we've just come from Boston. We were in New York before that, and then we did the Midwest in between both of them, and then before that we were off in London, and yeah, we've kind of been all over this year.
That's excellent.
Really incredible.
Yeah, really cool.
What can audience members expect? If they've come to see Lord of the Dance in the past, or they've seen something along those lines in the past, what differences will they see on stage?
I think the fact that the show is 100% live, all the dancing, all the taps is all live. So it's kind of like a different show every night. It kind of gives us the freedom to, you know, have a bit of fun with the audience, have a little bit of interaction. So it's really a show that will have you kind of like on your feet at the end, singing along. There'll be a lot of humor in it as well, and great for like bringing the family out before Christmas, yeah.
So you said there's a story here. It's two star-crossed lovers type deal. There's no speaking in the show? There is speaking in the show? How will people know what's happening?
There's a bit of narration at the beginning which tells you the story, and then about halfway through, a little bit more narration, but it's really just through the dancing, costumes, set, design, backdrop, visuals, everything like that kind of tells the story.
What does the rehearsal process look like specifically for this show?
Yeah, I think usually before a tour starts, we'll spend about 2 weeks in a rehearsal studio. Just really, a lot of us have done the tour for multiple years, but you know, when you don't do the Christmas show all year round, you got to spend a bit of time in the studio just getting new cast members in, and also ourselves dusting off, you know, up on the steps and everything. And then once we've done that period with the directors and producers of the show, it kind of runs itself. We do lineups and sound checks every day because obviously different venues every night, but yeah, it kind of runs itself once we're on the road.
What are you most excited for people to see with this show?
Oh, I feel like for everyone in the cast, in fact, we have so many like world champion Irish dancers, people from all over the globe. It's really nice for them to kind of have that freedom to like show their own personality through the show as well. Everyone's got kind of their own personality, their own things that they're really good at, especially like whether it's musicians or dancers or singers. So it's really nice for them to also kind of like show their personality and have a little bit of fun on stage themselves.
Talk to us about the music. Is it live performance music?
There is, yeah. We've got a fiddle player, a guitarist, and a singer, and vocals all live, and it kind of is a blend of traditional Irish music and traditional Christmas music as well, and then obviously the traditional Irish music is a major part of the show.
Very good. And I think a lot of the time when people think of the holidays, maybe Irish culture doesn't come to mind right away, but this definitely feels like something that will get them in the holiday spirit, yes?
Yeah, definitely.
Very good.
Absolutely. For somebody sitting at home, what is the elevator pitch if they may have seen something along these lines in the past, but they've not seen this show? Why this one?
Oh, wow. I would say if you're looking for a kind of high energy, high intensity show kind of before Christmas to bring all the family along, sing your Christmas carols, your Christmas kind of ballads and stuff coming up, and see some live Irish music, some world-class musicians and dancers. Just get on down to Geneva.
Are we allowed to sing in the audience?
Yes, we encourage it.
No.
It's encouraged.
He's talking about himself. The singing is constant around here. How about for you? Anything else you want to add?
I think, like you said, it's not an expected blend of Irish and Christmas, but it just comes very naturally. And I think I love doing the Christmas show, and I think that the joy that we have on stage really comes across to the audience as, you know, we kind of chat to them after, and that seems to be the consensus. So I think that how much fun we're having, the audience is also having.
Well, it looks like an absolute blast for someone who wants tickets. When, where, and how do they get them?
Yeah, tasteofirelandshow.com. You can just head on our website, get tickets. I think there's a couple left for tonight and the following few days around. So, yeah.
Beautiful.
Very good. Thank you both.
so
Thank you
much.
for having
Thanks for
us.
having us.
Time right now is 8:55. Much more to get to this morning coming up on ARC Rochester.
We're back on the other side of the break.
Much more to get to this morning coming up on ARC Rochester as we continue into the 9 o'clock hour, including our Spotlight on Hunger special.
Yeah, throughout the next hour, we're going to be going in depth discussing the ongoing issue of food insecurity across our community.
Yeah, we're going to hear more from a local family who's feeding 9 children, and we'll sit down with local organizations working tirelessly to make sure everyone has food on the table, not just during the holidays, but all year round.
All that and more coming up right here next on ARC Rochester.
struggle from day to day, month to month, you know.
Hunger is closer than you think. Cities, neighborhoods, the suburbs, rural towns, and maybe even next door.
Their needs keep growing, and we keep trying to keep pace with it all.
Food pantries seeing a surging demand for food assistance as thousands of families across the Rochester region struggle to meet basic needs.
There's a lot of fear because when you have children and that's what your main focus is on, is you're not looking to get rich, you just want to be able to feed your kids, and it is scary.
Over the next hour, we put a spotlight on hunger.
We're exploring what food insecurity really looks like, why it's on the rise, and the local organizations working tirelessly to make sure everyone has food on the table.
I know that there's resources out there, you know, because I believe there's no child or no family should be hungry here in Rochester.
Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday morning, December 17th. We have a lot to get to this morning on a very special edition of ARC Rochester, a spotlight on hunger.
Throughout the hour, we're going to be focusing our conversations on the local impact of food insecurity and spotlighting the organizations locally that work tirelessly to make sure everyone has meals on the table.
We'll be sharing where you can find help with lists of services and resources available across multiple counties.
Yeah, and before we jump into that conversation, we do want to get a first look at the forecast. This Wednesday morning, meteorologist Mark McLean is with us now with what we can expect today. Hey,
yeah, and it's a break, right? We all need a break from the cold. It's been a snowy and a cold December so far. The first 17 days of this month have been way below normal. So, you know, just keep that in mind. We will see a break the next few days. We've been about 11 degrees below normal for the start of the month out there. Lots of clouds initially today. We have 42 degrees, so we're already starting to experience that break I was just mentioning. The west wind at 20 miles per hour is going to come out of the southwest through the afternoon, and that's going to keep the temperature propped up pretty nicely. Now, the wind advisory, wind is always the signal of change in weather. And obviously, this air is coming in from someplace else. Hard to generate temperatures in the 40s this time of the year for western New York, so that wind is coming in from the southwest. The New York State Mesonet actually has gusts near 40 in Warsaw, 44 in Batavia, so that's why that advisory is in effect west of Rochester. I do think that we'll see some gusts over 30 near the city and for points east of Rochester, but it seems like those higher peak gusts are going to be off to the west of the city through the course of the afternoon. Could we get a few gusts near 50 down in some of the higher elevations of Wyoming County? Sure, that's a possibility. That is not usually a threshold that we look at for in terms of damage of power lines, trees, that kind of thing, but it is the kind of thing that can send a cart across a parking lot, so make sure you get it back in the corral this afternoon. Future wind gusts through the evening start to come down pretty quickly, and that's why that advisory is only in effect until 1 o'clock this afternoon. So it's a short-term deal. And again, I think it's a nuisance for most of us. Most of us will not have any ill effect from that wind. The hour-by-hour forecast has low 40s. We're going to see those numbers drop back into the upper 20s later tonight. It's a mainly cloudy sky and not quite as windy with that west wind at 9 to 18, and no big weather systems. That I want to stress that. Satellite radar does have clouds again. There is a very weak cold front back to our west, and that cold front really essentially just skirts on by without much fanfare. Could you catch a sprinkle? It's a possibility. We just don't see that on an area-wide basis this afternoon. Tonight may briefly clear out, and we may see some sunshine initially on Thursday. So kind of a challenging temperature forecast as that rain starts to come back in, and you see that transition by 9 a.m. Friday, even back to some snow. So a real fast transition there Thursday night into Friday. So we may actually see the high temperature for Thursday at midnight Thursday night. So that could also be a high temperature leading into Friday. It just depends on the timing of that front. Looks like a fairly quiet weekend for us. Low to mid 30s for Saturday and Sunday. Heading into next week for Monday and Tuesday, we'll still see 30s. The outlook towards Christmas, I know that a lot of folks want to see the white Christmas. I'm still on the fence. There's some data that still indicates that it could be cold enough that we keep a little snow around in the forecast, and there's also some data that says we'll be in the 50s by that time. So we're going to have a much better look at that probably by late Thursday, Friday this week.
Wow.
All right.
Pretty incredible.
Yeah. Big swings. And, anytime you get wind, you know that there's a change coming in the weather.
Yeah.
So you walk outside today and it's windy, but again, not to a point where it would be a concern for damage or something like that. But the wind always means change. And in this case, we're going from cold to warm.
if we could potentially see those higher temperatures on Friday morning because of that overnight swing that we experience, how low are we thinking we may experience on Friday?
So the timing right now looks like it's okay for that Friday morning commute because, the temperature is going to be close to 50 at midnight, but after that cold front goes through, we're going to really quickly drop back through the 40s into the 30s, but it looks like the temperature stays above freezing for the morning commute. For the evening commute, it's going to be in the 20s. There's going to be snow flying around a little bit, not a ton, but it's going to be a much different scenario than what we experience on Thursday.
Good to know.
Yep.
All right, Mark, thank you. Time right now is 9:06. Coming up, a stay-at-home grandmother shares her struggle to feed a family of 9 and why the help from the community has become so essential. ARC Rochester Spotlight on Hunger continues next.
And don't forget, you can take us on the go wherever you are. ARC Rochester is streaming live right now on the 13WAM YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. Stick around. We're back on the other side of the break. .09 this Wednesday morning. Thousands of people in our area don't know where their next meal will come from.
They're turning to food pantries like St. Peter's Kitchen in record numbers for assistance.
13WAM's Carly Miner introduces us to one woman who says without these kinds of critical resources, many people, including her family, wouldn't have enough.
Are you ready for a present?
Cassandra Robinson has a busy home life these days.
Because it's real chaotic, but we all get along.
This single stay-at-home grandmother is caring for 9 children, including her grandkids.
Yeah, I have a big heart, but everybody has a struggle and a story.
She's on a fixed income and says it's not always easy putting food on the table.
I mean, my heart be heavy some days when I feel like food is getting low and what am I going to do? On those days that I look and be like, oh, God, and I got to check my purse to see if I got enough for another gallon of milk or something. You know, I have to think in my head, where could I go?
If you're making them grits and rice,
Yep, you need the butter.
Robinson says that's why places like St. Peter's Kitchen are a godsend.
St. Peter is part of my village. You know how you say it takes a village?
She tells me in recent years, she's come to rely on the food pantry to help her family get by.
yeah, you're going to be all set today.
I'm not going to say we can't eat today.
She's come to know the volunteers well.
I think they see the pain in my face some days. When I first came, they were kind, they was polite. Even the things that I didn't even ask for, they were like, oh, do you need?
The children in her home range in age.
My granddaughter, she's 16 now. She told me last year, Grandma, at least I know when you die that I can get help out here. That's what you mean. She said, I ain't gonna never be hungry. And I just looked in her face. I wanted to cry in front of her because I know she's watching me. And she's the one I like to say, is there a pantry we can go to today? You know, knowing we got little enough in the house. But she's like, is there somewhere we could go today? She said, are they serving today?
Robinson has dealt with many struggles over the years, which helped shape the person she is today.
I wasn't always the best mom, but, you know, God has fixed it so that you're going to be that grandma and you're going to be there for those kids.
This grandma to many, thankful to those who've helped her along the way, like St. Peter's Kitchen.
It'd be a big weight lifted up off my shoulders, yeah, and my heart.
Robinson adding this message.
And I just say to all those families out here that need help, reach out, you know, don't be ashamed.
Carly Miner joining us now to talk a little bit more about her time with the family there. And Carly, beautiful story, first of all. Second of all, this is not the only struggle that Cassandra has had to deal with over the past year. You had the opportunity to really sit down and talk with her and get to know her and those kids. Tell us a little bit about what she's been dealing with over the past few years.
Yeah, I mean, she's been struggling with some back pain and stuff like that before. But most recently, she has been struggling with cancer. And she kind of overcame this struggle. About 3 months ago, she rang the bell. And I mean, this lady, she is just always smiling, always laughing. She doesn't let anything get to her. I mean, especially them kids. When we were there at that house, they were all running around watching Sonic, as you can see right there. They just love their grandmother so much.
Absolutely busy. What are their thoughts on their situation and their circumstances? Or does Grandma do a job so well that they want for nothing?
Yeah, the 5 kids that were there when we were there at the time, they didn't have a worry on their face. They were not, you know, paying attention to any of that type of thing. They kind of were just running around, laughing, playing with their toys that they may have gotten early for Christmas, you know, but you definitely can tell, as in the story, her 16-year-old granddaughter kind of mentioned, you know, watching her and seeing her go to the food pantry and kind of wanting to help her grandmother in those situations and be there for her to get the food and pick out things for their family.
I thought one of the things Cassandra said at the end of that story was very, very powerful, which is, you know, don't feel ashamed, don't feel embarrassed. Everybody needs a helping hand every once in a while. When you got the chance to speak with her, what other words of wisdom did she share?
She kept using the saying saving grace. St. Peter's is her saving grace, she kept saying. From Amy to Mr. Bob, just everybody there. I know when she was doing cancer treatment, Amy would actually bring baskets of food to her house when she couldn't get there. She's been unable to walk for a long period of time just due to her back pain and the cancer treatments and everything. And being there on Friday, everybody was just cheering for her, seeing her walk again. You can just tell the relationship that they have grown with her is just something so special that she can rely on these people for anything. If it's clothes for her kids that they need for the school year, a coat for winter, they got her.
That positivity, that grit, that kind of drive is really incredible when you see it in people. Any indication on what is behind that, where that comes from within her?
She did come from Philadelphia. I know that. She said there she was kind of struggling there as well with food and stuff like that. She said compared to Philadelphia to Rochester is completely different. She said the amount of resources here, and she kind of mentioned in her past, maybe she wasn't the best mom growing up. Maybe she didn't have those resources that she does today. And I think that is really what has driven her to where she is today, just trying to maybe make up for lost time, or just making sure that whoever comes in her circle is well taken care of now.
I loved this story, and I loved what she said. You never know what people are dealing with. Everybody has a story. Everybody is going through something. Kindness makes such a big difference. Helping others when you're able to can, really change a life, or in this case, 9 lives, 10 lives here. Carly, fantastic job with this. We certainly appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Absolutely. But don't go anywhere, because we know that viewers weighed in on this story on Facebook and what steps they were taking to reduce the impact on finances. Stephanie Joseph is over at the live desk this morning with more on some of those comments. Steph, what are those responses?
Yeah, a lot of people are just making those cost-cutting adjustments as they plan out their meals. We're going to start out with this comment here from Christine. Now, she says, be willing to price compare, especially at this time of year when many places have better sales than normal. Just by taking a minute to run it by Google, any search engine will do. But really comparing those prices is the way to get ahead of things before even getting to the grocery store. Others, they're making more at home. Anthony says, my family has a huge garden at home, and Rochester is blessed with the public market. We preserved a lot of great things from this fall harvest. And Maureen also expressing the same sentiment here, eating out less, eating leftovers, making coffee at home instead of Starbucks, packing lunch, shopping from a list, and using coupons. That's a big one there. Harper Sinclair is taking a more disciplined approach. She says, quote, saving money by making my own no frills meal plan, 4 square meals a day, simple whole ingredients. My wallet and waistline are doing great. And we also know, guys, earlier this morning, Bob from St. Peter's Kitchen had mentioned the certain prices, especially for beef going up. They aren't able to meet the need for beef there, but they're able to grab other items that are a bit cheaper, like that tenderloin that he was talking about earlier. So a lot of people are making these adjustments, just trying to get some food on the table.
Yeah, I don't think it's uncommon for people to now go to several grocery stores to get better prices or better deals. You look at some grocery stores known for having super low prices. Unfortunately, you can't get everything at some of those shops, so you do have to kind of bounce around a little bit. But in this day and age, everybody is looking to save as much money as they physically can.
Absolutely. And like that first commenter said, listen, just jump it on Google and asking who has the lowest price on product X, Y, or Z can be a big money saver.
Yeah,
big money saver. Steph, thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Time right now is 9:18. Stick around when ARC Rochester's Spotlight on Hunger returns. We're checking in with Chris Lopez. He's live from St. Peter's Kitchen this morning. We know all the great work they do, but he's going to talk more about their efforts to support our neighbors.
And as we go to break this hour, we're sharing information about food assistance resources across the greater Rochester region. Here's some of them.
Welcome back. Food insecurity continues to be a pressing issue, made even tougher by rising costs and other challenges families face every single day.
Absolutely right. Locally, though, there are dedicated organizations working to make a difference. This morning, Chris Lopez is live at St. Peter's Kitchen, talking with them as they work to fight hunger. Chris, how's it going?
Yeah, good morning, guys. Going great. We've been here throughout the morning talking to Bob Boyd, Amy Mincer of St. Peter's Kitchen, but they have some volunteers that came in from U of R, the doctors. We're going to get to you two in a bit, but what are they doing here?
Okay, the first thing, and I want to keep coming back to this, but food insecurity is not having the right mix and quantity of food. So that means having the right mix of protein, the right mix of fruit and vegetables, lower sodium products. Yep. So we have many different groups come into the kitchen to volunteer to give them a perspective of what's going on with food insecurity. And today we have two doctors with us from the University of Rochester, and we started talking about what's the impact of food insecurity on the health of individuals.
Yeah, so especially the impact of eating negatively or eating bad. Right, you can't afford something, so you go to McDonald's. High sodium, high fat, bad fats at that. How does someone who doesn't have a lot of money go around that? Where would you start to tackle that problem?
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the hardest challenges we have because we have meds that can kind of help, but if you have the bad sodium, how do you get around that? And that's why I like a lot of what he said, trying to balance out the meal where you can be helpful. We find some, because that's the hard part, is all the preserved foods are preserved with salt, and salt raises your blood pressure. So a lot of it's learning how to get rid of that salt, which is a lot of just taking fresh foods where you can get them and making them yourself, which is expensive often, getting fresh vegetables. I think one of the things that are overlooked often is just like frozen foods, because like you can get frozen broccoli, and that's good. It's not canned. There's no added sodium. The hard part's when you get the frozen like TV, dinner, microwave meals. Those come with sodium. But frozen foods are one of the easiest ways where you can get fresh things because it still has all those same nutritional values while avoiding some of the salt. And so I think that's one of the first steps. But it still takes learning how to prepare that stuff, which is hard.
What are some of the long-term effects of folks having a high sodium diet? How does that impact their health overall in their lifespan?
Yeah, absolutely. When we see nutrition that's less than optimal, it tends to impact a lot of those silent conditions that you may not think of on a routine basis, affecting how you feel, but how they affect your outcomes down the line. So for example, high blood pressure over time, we know has almost a 4 times increase in the risk of having a stroke, and that's a modifiable risk factor that we can affect with our patients by working together. We also could see it increasing the risk of heart attacks, heart failure, and a variety of other conditions. And diabetes is very similar, where we have an increase in the sugars we eat, our insulin that our body produces is more and more, and then eventually we create diabetes, which leads to these host of health conditions that we're kind of stuck dealing with for a very long time, which becomes expensive, becomes tiresome and painful for the patient, and usually requires a lot of medications to fix. So that's why with healthy nutrition, we're trying to stay ahead of the game there and kind of prevent some of these complications from ever coming up in the first place.
How do you long-term impact?
I want to get in. How do you coach someone up from eating McDonald's day in and day out, going to eating frozen broccoli and maybe some turkey? Because I would bet they're going to say, that sounds disgusting, I'd rather have my McDonald's.
Yeah, I think where I would typically start is like try to do little things that you think you can do for a long period of time. So, for example, my colleague Wade was talking about buying frozen, like buying simple frozen, the simple vegetables, which as you're saying, not very appealing. Usually I find what I try to talk to patients about is using spices to make up for that. So for example, if we're not talking about wanting to use salt, let's just try and stop adding salt to our meals because a lot of them already have salt. Try your pepper, your onion powder, your garlic powder, your cumin, whatever works for you to make it taste good is one option. Another one is bread. Everybody likes bread in the morning, for example. If we can, try and avoid white bread. Try a multi-grain bread, sourdough bread even. Like these are different options that can kind of still give you the same flavors you're looking for, but can be a healthier alternative down the line.
What about canned foods? That'll be my last question here. Canned beans, canned vegetables, canned fruit?
They can be okay, but we do know that if you look at the nutritional label, there are some with less salt, there is some with less sugar, and we've actually seen studies that literally if you just look, don't target a number, don't do math, literally just look at 2 options, and just that simple, find one that's lower, start with those. And so can still be an option.
Baby steps, I like it. Baby steps towards getting healthier diet, and which leads to healthier nutrition, better health in the long run. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to let you guys get back. You guys got a lot of work. I think 400 meals. Yeah. You guys are prepping today?
Around that, yep. So there's a lot of folks, and it's a great lunch today, noon to 1, Monday through Saturday.
St. Peter's Kitchen doing a lot to tackle food insecurity here in Rochester. I'm going to send it back to you guys in the studio for now.
Incredible to see this all play out and see this happen. Thank you, Chris.
Coming up next on ARC Rochester's Spotlight on Hunger, Stephanie Joseph is chatting with a representative from the Children's Agenda to learn how they're working to end child hunger and poverty locally.
We're back on the other side of the break.
.30 this morning. Welcome back to ARC Rochester Spotlight on Hunger. Our conversation now turns to food insecurity for children in our community. For more on the factors that contribute to this issue, I'm joined by Isabel Rosa, an advocacy coordinator at the Children's Agenda. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
I first want to start off with the work that's happening at the Children's Agenda. I think a really important piece of this is the data that goes behind a lot of the work that you guys do. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, the Children's Agenda has an extraordinary research team, and obviously all of the research is dedicated to finding out how we can improve the health and equity of our children, their lives. Today, we'll be talking about a lot of the research that takes place behind poverty in our children, which has ripple effects, and kind of, in some cases boils down to hunger and having hungry babies and children. And so that's not acceptable. I get emotional when I talk about it. But yes, the Children's Agenda has a spectacular, exemplary research team, and we result reports a lot of fact sheets, a lot of really good detailed information the community needs to know.
Absolutely. And I know that we've spoken to you in the past, specifically back in November when we were going through that limbo, not knowing about what would be going on with SNAP benefits. And you really said something very passionate then as well. You had said that it's devastating to my neighbors, it's devastating families, and it's devastating children. Tell me a little bit more about the response from the community, even with some of those benefits restored.
Yes. So the community, we live in a wonderful community. We do. There's a lot of services in our community. So now is not the time to not know what exists, because we do have about 1 in every 3 children rely on SNAP. That averages out to about 37,000 children in our area. Because of what's going on in the government, about 20,000 of those babies stand to possibly lose that help. And so now is not the time to not know what's available in the community. We have to keep our children fed. We have to keep them healthy. We have to keep our parents fed and our families. We have a lot of parents who are going without meals, literally, to feed their children. We have, last week I came across a young lady who, she kind of trained her children to only eat dinner. And I noticed it because I had spent the day with her, and I, was making sure and like, what are we going to give the kids for breakfast? And, it's lunchtime. But I noticed the children didn't ask. They were certainly hungry, though. And I left and I realized that she had been living kind of like this, and she actually, this was becoming kind of like a normal thing in her home. And, so it's important for our community to donate. It's important for our community to get involved. It's important for our community to have empathy, to show grace, to prioritize the children. It's just unacceptable. Great nations don't have hungry children.
I want to thank you so much for telling that story specifically. It really puts into perspective the great need in this community, but also the adjustments that people are really being forced to make right now.
Yes, yes.
And I know that this is something that we will continue to follow, of course, on our end. Do you want to tell us the Children's Agenda website, how people can connect if they want more information about the factors that contribute to this?
Yes, as you mentioned earlier, research, we have a fabulous website. www.thechildrensagenda.org, and we have reports, we have actions that you can take. You can get involved just by simply getting on your phone, getting on the Children's Agenda website. You can maneuver and kind of take some time to really see all of what is offered on the website. A lot of information, a lot of video documentation, if you will. So if you have time, you can really just get a chance to see all the great work that comes out of our community, that comes out of our parents and our families, because they certainly are involved, and that's kind of one of the fundamentals of the Children's Agenda, is having parents and families involved in what goes on in our community. And so I definitely encourage you to take some time and get on the website so you can see all the great things that are going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Isabel, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Hey, stick around. There is so much more to come on ARC Rochester as we continue our spotlight on hunger, including when we come back, we'll be joined by the Senior Vice President of FoodLink to learn more about their work of putting people first. And don't forget that you can watch us on the go wherever you are. We are streaming live on the 13 WHAM YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We are back after this.
Welcome back. The nonprofit organization FoodLink is dedicated to serving residents across 10 counties, working not only to meet immediate needs, but to also tackle the root causes of food insecurity.
Yeah, from supplying meals and groceries within the regional food pantries to running programs that connect families with daily resources, FoodLink's impact reaches far beyond the dinner table. For more on the work they do each and every day, we're joined now by Mitch Gruber, Senior Vice President and Chief Impact Officer at FoodLink. Mitch, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to speak with us. We appreciate it. We were talking during the break, and I want to dive right back in where we ended that conversation on changes to SNAP benefits for community members. What can people expect?
Yeah, well, first, we're in a moment we've just kind of passed a significant crisis with the government shutdown. Actually, food stamps, SNAP benefits became the political football. It was really, in a lot of ways, the reason why the shutdown ended. But during that moment where there were weeks where people were expecting benefits and didn't get them, we just saw the significant impact of that program. The need for emergency food skyrocketed at the end of October, early November. Visits to our website, foodlinkny.org, quadrupled from this time last year. About 16,000 people came to our website looking for food resources. So that shows you really clearly the link between the reality of SNAP benefits and the emergency food network. When benefits are not there, people come and turn to the St. Peter's soup kitchens and all the different organizations that we serve and we have the privilege of serving. Unfortunately, with H.R. 1 passed back in July, we know there's going to be thousands of people who are ultimately cut off of food stamp benefits over the course of the next couple of years. And it's probably a bit too wonky to get into the realities of each and every piece of that, but we know that as folks are now subject to new work requirements, new changes to their benefits, they're going to end up coming to the emergency food network and needing more support.
Let's talk a little bit about the span that FoodLink has. We talked about it right when we first started. 10 counties, which is pretty incredible. But in those 10 counties, it seems like FoodLink has their hands in the mix of every organization in some way, shape, or form. Elaborate for us.
Yeah, our job is to convene the emergency food network. So that means the soup kitchens, the food pantries, the emergency shelters, all these places have a lot going on. And what we try to do is make it very easy for them to get the right food they need delivered to their doorstep. So we're getting food from manufacturers, retailers, the federal government. We're buying a lot of food. When I started at FoodLink, we hardly bought any food. Now we're buying over $10 million a year of food to distribute to our network. And every single day, members of our network, those food pantries and soup kitchens, are ordering food from us and we're delivering it right to their doorstep so that they can just serve the community and focus every amount of their effort on serving with dignity, giving people the food they need. We have the privilege of serving about 25 million pounds of food a year out our door every single year.
Mitch, you're also a city council member in the city of Rochester. I'm wondering how frequently the information that you learn at FoodLink, the increase in traffic to the website, 16,000 people, the increase need and ask at these food pantries, how often does that information carry over by way of you into those city council meetings?
Well, I mean, the city of Rochester itself has very little directly to do with feeding people and emergency food. The county, where SNAP benefits ultimately come down, and the state, which funds a huge amount of anti-hunger programs, are places where there's a lot of important information that needs to be moved back and forth. And I'm grateful to be in a position where I have a pretty clear understanding of how government works and can make sure that we're navigating that the best that we can, in particular for our rural communities. You know, we have 9 counties that we serve that are all designated and classified as rural, where there's just oftentimes not just less information, but less services. And so it's a pleasure of mine to be able to help to kind of navigate and bridge some of that gap.
Mitch, you know, everybody right now is concerned, I think, a little bit about, finances. Everybody is taking a look at their budgets and everybody is being mindful of how much they're spending out there. We heard from one woman earlier who is feeding 9 children right now, between kids and grandkids and just being a very giving person. She said, you know, there's no shame. You shouldn't feel embarrassed. You shouldn't feel insecure about relying on food pantries. What is your message to somebody out there who's thinking to themselves, I know I need to take advantage of this. I have mouths to feed. I just need to take the step and do it.
That's right. The Emergency Food Network is for everyone. And there's a lot of people right now who are going to have to use it for the first time because SNAP benefits were cut off at the government shutdown, or they may lose them because of the terrible nature of H.R. 1 that was passed back in July. But one of the beauties of FoodLink is that we offer a real continuum of services. So I talked about the Emergency Food Network, the food pantries that we serve, but we also have a commercial kitchen that produces thousands of meals every day for kids and for older adults. Those programs, every single kid in the city of Rochester has access to an after-school dinner. We encourage people, utilize those programs. Every senior has senior centers they can go to. Utilize those programs. We also have the Curbside Market, which is the only mobile grocery store in in New York State, and we double everybody's SNAP benefits. So again, even if you don't want to go to a food pantry, there's another service that we can provide for you, and we really encourage folks, take advantage of what's out there. Food is one thing nobody should ever jeopardize their ability to feed themselves and feed their families. And if there are programs out there for you, please take advantage of them.
Senior Vice President, Chief Impact Officer at FoodLink, Mitch Gruber, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Can I make one more quick thing?
Absolutely.
So anyone who has questions can call our SNAP line, which is 585-413-5091. If you have questions about your SNAP benefits, if you're wondering what are these things I'm talking about that your benefits might change, call 413-5091, talk to one of our benefits navigators, and please get your questions answered.
Good information.
Mitch,
thank you again.
Thank you. We appreciate
Thank you.
it. And we've been sharing resources with you all morning long. We will continue to do so here on ARC Rochester. And our spotlight on hunger continues after the break. We'll be joined by 2 local organizations providing support to our community.
We're back on the other side of the break. .948 this morning. Hunger affects thousands of families across our community every day, but there are a number of people who refuse to just stand by.
Evangelist Stanley with People's Choice Kitchen and Ron Hall, CEO and President of Service the Community, are stepping in with compassion and action, providing meals, support, and hope to those who need it most. You guys, thank you so much for coming in today to talk about this issue that is very, very prevalent in our community right now. Something the both of you see every single day firsthand.
Oh, yeah, every single day. At the restaurant, just recently, like within 2 weeks ago, I had elderly lady called me and asked, do you still have the basically pay what you can afford? I was like, sure. She didn't come in immediately, but when she did arrive, she told me her story. This was a young lady that only had like $4 at the end of the month to get her through and wanted a meal. So I made her a very large meal because I looked at her as if it was my mom. And when I came back, she was very appreciative. And the real kicker and the sad thing is she's a retired teacher. And she was like, she will bring back money next week once she get her pension. I said, no, please do not bring anything back. It's truly sad that right now we have retired teachers that are really struggling to get by.
Yeah.
So it's
Ron, I want to get to you and talk about this joint venture with Van, Service the Community. But Evangela, for somebody who's unfamiliar or may have not heard your story or seen our past conversations, I want to remind people of where this drive within your heart comes from to open your restaurant, a restaurant.
Yes.
Open your door and say, come on in, I'll feed you for free.
It comes from my mom. One of 4 kids, but my mom raised 7 kids and barely had enough to get by. But my heart goes out to single families, single parents that's trying to make it. And so that's where it comes from. It comes from life experience as far as being that hungry child. I never went to bed without food, but growing up poor, I could see myself in every woman that comes in that door and kids that run to my restaurant when they get out of school. So I make sure they eat either with a couple of dollars or nothing. So there's a school right up the street, and it's tough right now for families. It's extremely hard, and I can relate to everyone. So,
Evangela, we've had you on our show so many times. Ron, I want to talk about you now. Where does this drive and this compassion come from for you?
It comes from growing up. Sometimes there were times where we didn't have any, right? And then seeing people struggle, it just did something to my heart because it took me back to when I was a child at times. And one of the best things that I can do, and I think any of us can do, is to give back when we have a little bit of something. We don't have a lot, but just to give back, because there are people that were in the same situations we all were in. Realistically, according to the statistics, we're all one paycheck away from being in that situation. So I think it's really important to give back, and that's where my heart's guided me to.
For someone who may be unfamiliar with Service the Community, this is a rather new organization that the two of you teamed up to create. Tell us about it.
Service the Community, what our philosophy is we're trying to give the resources to the community, to the people that actually need it. We're trying to bridge that gap: financial, social, economic support. Food, children, and we have a number of different initiatives that's going to be coming up. We have an angel tree. We're going to various different parts of the city doing an angel tree giveaway, and yeah, it's going to be really cool. It's going to be really good.
Dan and I were talking yesterday when we were getting ready for this special about People's Choice Kitchen, and I asked Dan, to you, what is the biggest difference here between a typical food bank and People's Choice Kitchen? And Dan said, well, obviously it's a restaurant. But we agreed the fact that you are basically opening your home to people. You're saying, come on in.
Yeah.
And I think that is such a beautiful thing and something that people probably rely so much on, not just from the food aspect of it, but from the emotional part of it as well.
That's true. 'Cause I had also a couple of women. It was a mother and daughter stopped by several different times. They're actually living right now out of their car, and I would feed them and ask them, what about trying to get help from different agencies? And there's right now, we work part-time and we do not make enough to be able to afford a place to live. So my heart goes out to everyone. And kids, seniors, it's just tough. It is extremely hard right now. And I'm trying to continue to do my best to open my doors to let them come in and eat or just warm up. I've had people come in just to say, can I sit in here and get warm before they head off to another direction?
And most of the time, she's doing this, not only out the goodness of her heart, but she's been in business for 24 years. At the end of the day, she's a business owner too, and she offers free meals to people that are in need. And I think that's absolutely phenomenal and amazing.
Yeah, it truly is incredible, that work. We certainly hope that you have the strength to continue that service for as long as you can, because we know the need is out there and great. But just looking at the video of you handing out turkeys, you can tell the energy and how happy you are. Thank you both so much. We greatly appreciate you.
Thank you for.
Thank you. She's been in business 24 years.
Yeah.
About to be 25. And that's
March 1st.
March 1st.
Yes, get
Looking
ready.
forward to 25.
That's right.
Thank you
Thank you
again.
guys.
When ARC Rochester returns on this Wednesday morning, our final thoughts.
We're back on the other side of the break.
Time for our final thoughts of the morning here on ARC Rochester. We've been sharing so many resources to fight food insecurity in our area. A really productive conversation all morning.
Productive conversation, a great hour.
Yeah.
Those resources, we've got them all.
Yeah, 13wham.com. You can check them out online and, of course, on social media.
Absolutely. Hey, that does it for us here on ARC Rochester. Wake up with us again tomorrow morning, starting at 4:57 over on
13 Wham ABC. Steph and Mark will be there later today for 13 Wham News at midday. We'll see you then.
Bye.